What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I am here today at the U.S. Marshals auction here in Oklahoma City. This is actually my hometown, Midwest City, Oklahoma. I'll put a link in the description so you can view this auction for yourself. But as you can see, we've got quite a few really interesting cars. Now, a lot of these are going to be export only. These cars aren't even supposed to be here. As you can see, the ones that are export only have stickers on them that say they're for export only. And then you've got a little information sheet on each one of the cars, tells you a little bit about them. I want to give a big shout out to John for telling me about this. He's down there checking out. What are you looking at? Is that a Hyundai Elantra, John?
This is not a Hyundai Elantra. This is an R34 Skyline.
An R34 Skyline. It looks like a Hyundai to me.
Your viewers will know what this car is.
My viewers are going to thumbs down this video.
They better not.
Immediately.
They better not.
Oh, they will, because I called it a Hyundai. I was just kidding. I was just kidding, guys. I know it's not a Hyundai. John has been here.
I want to sit in this
Just eyeballing this car like from the moment we got here. He hasn't. I don't even think he's really looked at much else other than this particular car. Here, I'll hold the door.
Yeah, dude.
So that we don't
No door dings.
don't want to ding anything.
This will be the only time I'm in an R34. The guy was short. There we go.
Oh yeah, you know.
Hey, I actually fit.
Look at that. Look, and we've got video evidence that John was in a 134.
R34.
I'm thinking of air conditioning.
Yeah.
See, for me, it'd be really weird shifting with my left hand. I think I'd eventually get used to it, though.
That's what I was just getting ready to ask, is how, I mean, I've been used to this
Yeah.
for so long. How do you?
I really called this car a 134. I have had very little sleep. 4 hours, actually, of sleep. So I'm just going to blame it on that. What a beautiful car. What a beautiful car. So what we're going to do today is, this is kind of a unique experience. This isn't something I've ever seen or heard of before in my state. So we're going to go and walk around some of these cars and just give you guys an idea of, you know, what we got here. Now, like I said, a lot of these are going to be for export only. So, you know, you want to bid on some of them, got to make sure that they're the ones that are legal to be in the United States. Now here, I know what this car is. I don't need John to tell me what this is. This is an Acura NSX, and a lot of you will probably laugh at me, but John has been looking at several cars and he's like, you would want this one, right? Or you'd want this one. And I'm like, no, I would want the NSX. I've always loved this car. And this is not for export only. This one you can actually legally own here. 122,000 miles on the clock, and I don't know what it is about this car that I love so much, but I think it is just a beautiful, sexy car. I really do. I mean, the Skyline is too. The Skyline's a gorgeous car too.
But you got to think, before, I mean, go back to 1991, cars didn't look like this.
No. No. What a beautiful car.
Yeah.
So John told me this auction is all from one guy up in Tulsa, Oklahoma, that got busted for $5 million worth of marijuana. And, you know, all these cars belong to him. And he's in prison now, or jail, prison, awaiting prison, I don't know. So this is a Toyota Celica, right, John?
They're going to kill you, Randy. They're going to
It's a Celica. It's the same car that's on Scotty Kilmer's channel. His Toyota Celica. Oh wait, no, this isn't a Celica. This is a Scion. No, not a Scion either. A Toyota. It's not a Prius. Damn.
I live to see the day a Prius comes with a turbo this size.
Look at this turbo. Look at that turbo. My God. You know what? I just remembered what this car is. It's a Supra.
There you go.
It's a Supra. Ah.
Transparent timing.
Yeah, look at that timing cover.
I guess you can inspect your timing belt without.
Yeah, hey, good way of checking your timing belt without tearing it apart. Look at this intake. Look at these beautiful welds. Does it really? Yeah. Okay. It has a parachute. So this was probably from the Fate of the Furious. This is where they drove it out of the airplane. It needed a parachute so it could land. Wow. Wow. Absolutely beautiful. And what do we got here? We've got a Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 6. Honestly, I'm not all that fond of this one. I mean, it's all right, but to me, it just looks, it looks kind of overkill. I think they just tried too hard on this one. It is a nice car. I wouldn't want it though. Export only. Let's go into the passenger side. Can you imagine owning all of these cars and you get caught up, catch a pretty large case, and you lose everything? And what a shame. Here is a Nissan 240, or sorry, this is Datsun still, right? Or is this Nissan?
I'm not sure if that was the transition year or not.
Yeah, I don't know if this is.
Nissan.
Yeah, we'll say Nissan, Datsun, Nissan. But this is not your typical 240. And John and I had an argument over this. I thought this was a 280, and he was right. It's a 240. But I think, as you can see here, this this is what I really enjoy this car too, because this is. You've got the great classic Japanese design. It's a beautiful car. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous car. But you've got that American muscle behind it. You know what I mean? I don't know what the specs are on it. I know it's got drag slicks on the back. We'll see. Look at this.
Look at the yellow piece of paper.
Yeah, I'm going to grab that spec sheet up there and see what it says. So, according to the spec sheet, it's a 72 Datsun. It's got a 388 small block Chevy with a 2-speed power glide transmission. Then you got your cowl hood, Momo steering wheel. Body is steel except for the fiberglass hood. Windows are factory glass with working crank. Red Fire, which is a Ford color from an 06 Mustang GT. It's 12.5 to 1 compression ratio. Wow, that's a high compression motor. So yeah, race fuel. 4-bolt billet splayed main caps, all ARP fasteners, 7-quart pan, Dart 215 heads, roller cam, ceramic coated Super Victor intake manifold, fluidine balancer, roller rockers, and stud girdle. Okay, basically there you go. Someone spent a lot of money on this motor. But if you've got $5 in pot, or $5 million in pot, you can afford to buy a few cars, right?
Yeah, $5 grand, you're not touching anything.
Yeah, I don't think any of these are. Actually, I think one of these is under $5 and that's going to be that Mitsubishi Galant that I'll show you in just a second. How about this GTR? I think this is a beautiful car too. Honestly, just about everything here is just absolutely stunning, gorgeous. Should we do a GTR on the channel? I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I don't have that kind of money. We're not there yet. The only car here that I could afford would be the Mitsubishi Galant. Here's your red GTR. It's got 480 horsepower, 6-speed automatic with manual mode. I would love to have one of these. Maybe someday we can get there. But today is not that day. Then another one that I've always been a really big fan of is the VR4. And it's another one that I've never purchased, but I always thought these were really fun cars. They were very popular and available to the public here in the United States. Not this one though. This is a right-hand drive, so this will be export only. But I always thought the VR4s, and these were, you actually had the Dodge Stealth, as well as the, I forgot what this thing was called, the 3000 GT, Mitsubishi 3000 GT VR4. You also had the Dodge Stealth. I've had a couple Stealths, but I've never had the VR4. And this thing is, well, other than one of the charge pipes being disconnected, it looks to be in pretty dang good condition. How about a twin turbo Toyota Celica GT? I should point that out. Twin turbo. Wow. Wish we had some more specs on this. 40,000 miles on the clock. But again, export only. So this isn't going to be for any of us United States people. Look at that. You probably can't see it, but it says GT4. Ooh, I'm not gonna lie. This is kind of hot. Well, for any of you out there got a little more money than me, $1996. Not really a big fan of it though, but I'll tell you what, I really do like the Galant VR4 back here. Let's see if we can find that for you guys real quick. I'm trying to go through each one of these cars as quickly as possible. I don't want to waste your time, but at the same time, I don't think it's every day you're going to see an auction quite like this. Another export only. Man, I say this guy really had it made, you know, until he got picked up and thrown in the pen. But wow, have you ever heard of a Toyota Chaser? Tor V Chaser, never heard of it. But here's a real interesting one. I've loved Galants since I was a kid. Always thought they were really, really slick, nice looking, sleek cars. Now this is going to be export only. Again, it's right-hand drive. It's not supposed to be here, so it's in the country illegally. So it's going to have to go. But here you go, the twin turbo VR4. I did not know that Mitsubishi ever put this engine in this car. Had no idea. I can only imagine how fast this Galant must be. It's got to be insane. Got to be insane. And I really love this one. And this one is one I think a lot of us normal folk could probably afford. But again, not going to happen because it's export only. Here we got a Supra, an older Supra. It's a classic car. This one's definitely in pretty rough shape. Torn up on the inside. This one needs a lot of work, so I'm going to assume that this one he never got around to putting any money into this. This is probably the exact same condition that it was in when he picked it up. It's not horrible condition, but it definitely needs some love. Oh, we got a Lexus over here. What is this? The SC400. Okay, I've had a few of these. This is a pretty typical car. I don't think there's anything really special about this. We'll have to see what's under the hood here. Maybe we got a couple big turbos, twin Turbskis, bald eagles. Nope. Nope. It's just a Lexus. Oh. Okay, this says Honda. See, I'm not, please forgive me folks, keep in mind I'm more of an American car guy. I don't know much about these, but I have had several of these Acuras, but this has a Honda badge on it, so I'm a little confused why it's badged Honda. This looks like an Integra, okay, but the front end does not look like an Integra, unless maybe Angry Eyes or something, I don't know. Another export only. Ooh, what do we got going on here? Let's take a look. This is a 97 SC300 modified. All right, GTE MK4 Super drivetrain, turbo NAT2JZ GE engine, 6-speed transmission. It's built. It's built. ARP studs, 2JZ GT head gasket, 70 millimeter Garrett GT42 turbo. Water cool, okay. Take a look at this. What were we just talking about? Turbskis. Man. Adjustable timing gears. You got this massive turbo, man. I mean, this thing is huge. Wow. So many great cars. Okay, it is an Integra. It's an Integra Type R, but it's got a Honda badge, so I'm assuming in Honda, maybe it's called the Honda Integra. I don't know. You guys will have to tell me. Looks like we got another Supra coming up here. A little Subaru WRX. This is an interesting looking Supra. It looks like somebody burned a little too much rubber, took the took the tire right off of it. Another export only. Yeah, almost all of these are going to have to go, but there are some that you can bid on, you could own if you got enough money. Check it out. I'll have the link in the description. Check these cars out and comment below. Tell me what you think and which car is your favorite. All right, that's going to be it for the video. Just a real quick walk around of this. It's a small auction, but they've got some really impressive cars here. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed being here. I want to give a big shout out to John. Always got to thank Johnny. It's always good to see him. Ain't seen him in a while, but when he told me about this auction, I was like, we got to go, man. Number one, I wanted to be here to see this, and I know you guys probably want to see this too. And go ahead and laugh at me about, you know, not knowing these imports as well as I should. This is not my my genre of cars, you know what I mean? I'm an American guy. But that said, even though I love American muscle, I'm a big fan of all of these. I'm not going to say Ricer. Big fan of all these Japanese cars, man. These are really amazing. So I'm going to get out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay safe. Do me a favor, like the video if you enjoyed the content. And don't forget to share the video. Maybe somebody out there is going to want one of these cars. Stay safe out there, everybody, and I will catch you very, very soon in the next one.